It's time. I need to turn off
Minasan,
sleep.
konnichiwa.
Okay.
Hello everyone,
So
I'm
just gonna
Masahiro
start off
Sakura,
with reveal.
director of Super
We're gonna
Smash
live for
Bros.
now.
Ultimate from Sora Limited.
But it's Sakurai. Let's go.
We'll be using today's showcase to give you a first look at our next DLC fighter.
Yes.
Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff worldwide.
Oh, it's a huge
The
secret.
development team and other stakeholders have been working on this fighter with the utmost secrecy.
Okay.
Which means other
Wait.
Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after
So,
the showcase has been broadcast.
It's a secret, so
So
it must
it
mean
won't be
it's
available
huge.
right away. Please understand that it will take a little time.
Okay.
I think even many Nintendo employees will be surprised to see this and
Oh?
say, wow, really?
Who is this?
So, let's all share in the fun of getting our hands on the latest information.
Sakurai, who is this?
However,
What did you do?
even if you say, that's not the character I was picturing, I hope you don't have any hard feelings.
Okay, I mean, we'll get more
Prepared
characters,
a
so I
fighter
think it's all
reveal
good.
video. Once it starts, I think you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly.
Oh.
Now, let's do this.
It's time. Let's go! Okay. Who is this? Okay. Oh, it's a fire emblem? Okay, so we got Byleth. Okay, okay. I mean, is he
Time
in?
has finally come to unleash
What if it
the
makes us think it's
forbidden
Byleth, but it's like
spell of
Dante or
Zaharat
something?
upon our enemies.
Could you imagine if Dante just comes in? It's like, oh, hey, y'all. Could you imagine that?
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? As you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void. In time, our hearts and minds will cease
I mean, is
to
it really
be.
Byleth? Like,
Are you
why does it need to be a
prepared
big
die?
secret?
I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet... there is no other choice. You must join Smash.
Oh, we got Byleth.
Join Smash Brothers already! What in the
Oh, people
world
are gonna
you
be so
waiting for?
mad. People are gonna be so tilted. Oh, let the soul come in. Let the soul come in. Let's go. People are gonna be so
joining
tilted.
Smash consumes even the darkness itself.
Oh, he's looking kind of clean though. Oh, people are gonna be so tilted, and I'm ready for it. Let the assault begin. Okay. But I mean, it's probably not gonna be like just a sword character. What kind of stuff does he have? What does he have? What memes?
So you return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there? And you wield the sword as well? What will you do?
Too many sword wielders.
So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
Uses every fire emblem weapon ever made. Okay. Oi. It's all the different weapon types. Byleth recruits Byleth. What's going on? What's happening? Also, hi,
Of
Utopia.
anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics. With Areadbhar, strike with superior reach.
Okay, so we have a staff. Cool.
Use Amir's overwhelming power.
So that's basically an axe. I also haven't gotten that far in Frigga houses, so I
Unleash
have
the
no idea what his
blinding
weapons
speed
are.
of Failnaught. Along with the
Ooh, it's
sword
Remix
created,
Bow! Let's
each
go!
weapon matches a direction.
Alright, that's worth it for the remix. That's worth it. I mean, we should have all expected this character to get in. I mean, it's a Fire Emblem character. Like, this is just what we expect.
Both sides of time are revealed
Never blue hair.
through Smash.
Never blue had
Show the
LML.
world.
Exactly. So much weapons. Yeah, I mean, we should have seen that coming. So I have another Fire Emblem character to main. That's just how it goes. He just now puts it up.
Yes, there
Okay,
you have it.
but where's
Byleth
Dante?
from Fire Emblem Three
I'm
Houses
joking,
is
though.
joining the battle.
Oh,
Fire
people are gonna
Emblem
be
Three
so
Houses
mad.
was
I can't wait to
released
go
just last
online and
summer,
just see
so
all
it's still
the
very
like,
new.
angry
Even
reactions.
so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This release is planned for January 28th.
Oh,
You'll have
that's actually
instant
kinda far
access
off.
if you have the Super Smash Bros.
Oh.
Ultimate Fighters Pass, and it will also be available for purchase individually. In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things, so don't worry.
Okay. I mean,
First off, what is Fire Emblem?
I've heard so many of them.
It's really hard to pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful.
Fire Emblem Police. Oh,
The series' first entry launched in Japan on the
we're getting to
Famicom
follow
in
Fire Emblem
1990.
history. I
You
mean,
could say it was a pioneer
this is how
in
it
the genre
happens.
of tactical role-playing games.
This is the
You
reality
might be
we're
wondering
in.
what makes it particularly tactical. Well, it's tactical in that it simulates combat. You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game, or in other words, a game in which you advance units across a grid and battle.
So Byleth at one point was going to
When
be
we
the
talk
last
about
character in this
tactical
game.
games of that era, there were
Let's
lots
think
of
about
ones in
that.
which you command
Let's process
tanks,
that
aircrafts,
and
and
actually.
so on. But Fire Emblem
Bull.
was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games.
At this point, we just, get a full Fire Emblem history.
Plus,
Sakura's just going to
something
talk
made it
about
stand
it.
out from other Nintendo products.
So basically, Smash
Characters
Bros. Is now
permanently
just Fire Emblem Three Houses
That's pretty
2.0.
direct
This is how it
language, though,
happens.
So perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes. But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be
Yeah.
gone and you couldn't use them again.
This is just. I know this stuff. I've played a few Fire Emblem games in my time.
Recent entries in the series maintain this concept of permadeath to some degree in classic mode and what
permadeath.
have you. But a lot of games now allow
Can we get permadeath
strategic
in Smash
withdrawals,
Bros?
so to speak. In the older games, your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again.
Unless we hit the
Scary.
reset button. Eh.
The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special.
Yeah. So
There's
many
actually a
counters.
reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game. First
So
comes your
people have read
opponent's
about
turn.
that.
They
Sounds like a
attack
fan
and you
theory for a
counter.
long time.
Next comes your turn.
And now everyone has to counter in this game.
And now,
Every single
Fire Emblem Three
character
Houses is
ever
the
made.
17th game in the series. People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking, 17 games? There are that many? Well, if you include Fire Emblem Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, and
Nobody
Fire
counts
Emblem
that
Warriors,
game.
then it comes out to 17 games. Let's try saying them in the Fire Emblem Can You Say It challenge.
What?
I'll give it a try.
I didn't even bother dubbing this. Oh, this is where the hand signal comes from, doesn't it? He knows all these games.
There you go, 17.
That's where it comes from. It's just that's the hand signal.
So you saw how I was
Wow.
counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary.
Nobody came up with a
This
theory
is
that he was
0.
counting in binary.
Fold this here and you get
Wow,
1,
I'm kind
and
of
then
disappointed in
two,
you all.
then 2 plus
You all
1
come up with these
equals
crazy
3.
theories
So,
and you can't even
this would
figure
be
that
4,
out.
5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you get 16. Add 1 and you
Also,
get
Sakurai
17.
got the finger word going on here.
Awesome, isn't it? You can
This is
actually
the
count
Smash
up
reveal.
to
It's just him
31
talking
on one
about
hand.
counting in binary.
And if you use both hands, you can count all the way up to 1023.
That's how many Fire Emblems are.
If you've given up
1023.
counting the knots in a tatami mat, you could always give it a go. What is Fire Emblem Three Houses?
That's
In
Persona
Japanese,
Emblem.
the male version of the main character is called Bereto, and the female version is called Beresu. But in English, they share the same name, Byleth. Byleth becomes a professor who ends up leading one of 3 academic houses. Once you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life.
Yeah, this is actually just Persona
well,
Emblem,
you end
and I
up
played it,
fighting
I
other
know.
houses.
We were so
After a
off.
certain
Binary
incident,
Samurai
5 years
teaching us the
pass, and you meet
ways.
up with your grown-up students to battle
Yeah.
against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you.
That's just real life, man.
To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release.
Of course, you know, you put like a million of them in
I've done
Smash,
the
you get
same
the
thing
Bible game
before,
early.
with The Legend of Zelda
Big
Breath of
brain.
the Wild, for example. Because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter. I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it. And of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference. The game
Boy,
has
this
multiple
remix,
routes,
though.
and the outcome
I'm
of each
enjoying
is
this.
very different. Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many
I
of the
mean, we'll
characters
get more
you meet
characters,
will
so
adopt
honestly, if
different
people were
roles in
actually
the story.
tilted about this, they can, you know,
I'll try to
bait and
avoid
chill.
spoilers when I'm talking about the fighter. I hope you'll understand.
Ooh, I can't wait to get spoiled.
Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release.
2 months?
Right now, it's actually November. Therefore,
What?
some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version. As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such for demonstration purposes.
Right.
Here I go.
This is how it ends.
So, this is our new fighter, Byleth. Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws
better
are
than
not their
Robin's,
strong
so
point
Robin's
either.
just oops
Their grab
still.
lacks range. But actually, you could say that they're distance demon. The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that. First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks.
Okay, that's pretty
such
good
as
range
down
for
tilt
Rabbids.
attacks, where it
Yeah,
takes the
okay.
form of a whip.
Yeah, most have good range.
They
It's
also
pretty
use the
decent.
sword for dash attacks and other moves.
Oh, that dash attack's horrible. That has like no reach at all.
For their up smash
Oh,
attack,
that's bad.
they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air. For their up
But
air
what?
attack,
Look at that
they'll
up
wave the
there.
whip sword overhead.
What?
The hit detection for
Look
this
at
attack
that!
lasts for a relatively long time. The up special move is really something. The sword extends like this.
Whoa!
Allowing
That's
you
just
to do
Joker
things
uppy,
like
but it has a sword. What? That's like a man grab
It
too.
was pretty terrifying.
What is this
how I
character?
knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition,
Oh, that's spikes.
you
What?
can do awful things like this.
And he can still up me afterward. No. No.
That said,
nope.
you'll launch
That's
opponents
broken.
upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage.
That's stupid. Can we not? Delete this character.
Exceed
Delete
that
it right
percentage, and you'll
now.
need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge.
And it's
I've already shown this, but you
why
can
is
also
that
use
spike
it to
a
latch onto
command
edges.
grab and a tether?
So that's the up special.
No.
Now for the
That's
sideways
way too
inputs.
much.
This is Areadbhar, the same name.
That's a
as the
DLC
weapon with
character
Celtic
right there.
mythology.
Also, since it's also a DLC character,
First,
that
we'll
looks
go
like it
through
has
the
a lot of
forward
range, but
and
I can
back air
guarantee you
attacks.
that hitbox is
As
like
you can
twice the
see,
size it
they have
should
a
be.
long reach.
I can guarantee you
Like
that.
so. Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right?
That's his side B, my dude. There you go, that's a fair. That's some fair
If
spacing.
Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able
No!
to beat
Why
it.
is he outspace Marv? Marv's so
Next,
bad at
the
this
side
game.
smash attack.
Please,
this also
buff
has a long
Marv.
range. It'll connect even
Except
from
Domes,
here.
I don't have Lucina 2.0. But still, this is dumb. I don't like this character.
Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be
That
stronger.
killed at like 60! What?
And if you've
That was
knocked an opponent
uncharged too!
down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them.
That almost
By
killed
the way,
at like
the
40.
tip of the lance is more powerful.
What?
The shaft part is weaker,
Okay, so Tipper kills stupid
so
early.
it's not suited to close combat.
Okay. Okay.
It won't
So-
deal much damage.
It's
and
a
it
Marv
won't launch
thing where like,
opponents
Tipper
far.
just kills like way over than it should.
That's why, as a rule,
Okay.
you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward,
But why?
or downward in this case.
I mean, Alliance character would be
the
cool in
side
Smash, but
specialty.
why this? That's a
Byleth
side
will
B.
simply swing the lance like this,
Okay.
but again, it has excellent reach. For
So what
example,
does it do?
even when your opponent is at this distance,
If that
it'll
hits, I'm
still
gonna
hit.
actually just. Nope. No. No. That's way too much range. They cover that much
Actually, you can
area?
do a
Like,
smash
that's just a
attack to
touch
charge forward
chase
a little.
on, like, platform.
Like this.
That's gonna be so stupid. That is so
But as you'd
stupid.
expect, it can be easily
That covers, like,
shielded, so
every
be
little edge
careful.
option. No!
Use it in midair and you'll carve up a large area.
That's even more dumb.
Returning to the side air attacks from earlier, they have great
Can you, like, edge
horizontal
guard with
reach,
that?
but they lack verticality.
That's disgusting. No
so
Sakurai.
this complements it well. Although you'll be vulnerable when you land.
Doesn't look like it has that much landing lag.
Now,
I mean,
for
just
the
a little bit,
downward
but it's still not that bad.
For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir. It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really
Alright, he's
is
got a
strong.
spike. Well, I assume that's spikes. If his up B spikes.
You can try for
Yeah.
a meteor effect with
Yeah.
this attack.
How can a move like that and not spike?
Next is the down smash attack. A heavy swing of the axe back and forth. As you can
Alright.
see, it has a
A
great
bit
deal
slow,
of
but
launch
that knockback
power.
looks like it's pretty decent.
And for the down special,
I'm not worried about more DLC. This has to be
Byleth
the best
channels
Fire
all
Emblem
their
character.
energy into a devastating strike.
Honestly, yeah, this probably is one
It's
of
a
the
bold
best.
move, similar to the
It does
Falcon
look kinda
Punch,
neat,
but
though.
here's what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect,
Oh, it has super armor. Oh,
which allows you
it's
to
just-
withstand an attack.
it's just a more like punch.
Just
on
so
an
you know,
axe.
if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time,
Okay. It just super armors
out.
through it. Okay,
it's a bit
Sakurai.
slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage. Unless you get grabbed.
Ooh. So it's gonna be a hard read kind of thing.
Another notable aspect is that
Okay.
it lets you pass through platforms.
Oh.
While you're charging up, you
Oh,
can
that's-
breeze past
no, that's-
platforms like this to reach a lower
Oh,
area.
no, do that!
It won't let
No,
you jump,
that's,
but you can
that's
use
too
it
many
as a
mix-ups
surprise
for a move
attack.
like that. You can actually land if it's now.
Also, you can turn around during the
No!
move.
You can reverse it.
The
no,
swing takes
no,
a
no, no,
while.
no. You
So
gave
if
us
an
too many
opponent runs
options.
behind you during the move, you can quickly
You might actually be able to
change
land
direction.
this with a mix-up or two.
Even though it can be hard to
Why?
land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used
It
against a
hits him
weaker
behind
opponent.
him too? Delete this character
Plus,
right
even
now.
if you fail to land
I'm
the
dead
right
serious.
hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little.
No, that hitbox is dumb.
It's
That's
as if the
dumb.
quaking of the ground launches them. By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because
Especially
they
not
just
like Royal
get
Chromes. They're
low.
good. Yeah. Especially not
It
Royal
hits
Chromes. Their
with
counter
that
hits
much
hard and they
power
have
with a
amazing
single
frame data.
Counters can actually
Oh,
multiply
that matchup's
the power
gonna
of
be
block
awful
attacks,
for
and
Byleth
using
unless like he
easily
has super good
anticipated attacks
spacing.
like this could just get you hit by counter after counter.
Yeah.
Next,
That's
you
fair.
have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Failnaught, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It
Well,
lets you
hopefully it
spin
works
the
better
weapon
than
around.
Pits. If it's like Pits, it's not
also
gonna
easy
work.
to create certain combos with it.
Oh, okay, that's combos. Never mind. It works.
And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right? But there are a few noteworthy aspects to this bow.
Okay.
First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does
so
fire,
you're
the
dedicated
arrow
to it.
travels at high
Okay.
speed. It's also very powerful. That
Alright.
said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button.
Okay, so it can shield, but it can't like spam arrows.
You can also
like,
change direction
kinda, like,
while in the
angle it.
stance.
Okay.
It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you'll unleash
Oh! Oh, what does that
powerful
kill
arrow that
at?
looks like
What
a
does
beam
that
of
kill
light.
at? Because that's like a ledge
You can
trap kind
perform
of
this
option
move
too.
by keeping the button
What is
held
this
down.
character's ledge trapping? Like,
You
it's gonna be
charge up
really
power
good.
like
I
so.
have a theory about
Charge a
that.
bit
Like, it's gonna be
more,
stupid.
And then fire. But again,
Boy.
you'll need to take care when using this move. For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with
Okay.
the shield button. In other words, you're committed to firing it.
But if you
So
land
you see, a
that,
situation
if
like
you land
this
this-
is pretty terrible.
oh yeah, that could easily just delete your character if you get reflected.
Once you've entered
Yeah.
the stance, you won't
Oh
be
yeah,
able to do
you're
anything.
oofed. So Fox
Which
wins this
means
matchup
it's quite the risky
apparently.
attack to use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect. But you could always just aim into the frame.
So I feel like Byleth
as
is
it
like a
is,
character who
after
has a
all,
lot of
a
options,
long-range
but there's like a
move.
few characters that can
Letting
body
you
certain
deal a
options,
sudden blow to
so
opponents.
you need to play them differently for like
So
certain matchups.
you need to think carefully when
Which is
using
neat.
this projectile weapon. Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a move called Ruptured
Boy?
Heaven. This is an enhanced version.
Long name boys. Or anime.
As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sothis and launch an attack together.
They're very underwhelming, not gonna lie.
Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female. However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors
Yep,
are,
they're all
as you
references,
can see,
of course.
reminiscent of the house leaders. Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
The sixth color is
Oh,
based
that's
on
cool.
Sothis, who you just saw earlier.
It's actually a really good color. I like
And the
it.
seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original
You
game
get
story.
that's what it's based on.
Didn't we see this variation in the final smash?
Alright.
Next, I'll introduce the stage. For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Areadbhar Monastery.
Makes sense.
This is how
So where's our
Areadbhar
boy
Monastery
Dante?
is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge,
Makes sense.
and cathedral, all in one stage.
But yeah, that's not
It's
gonna be
the type
illegal,
of
by the
stage
way.
that rotates
Absolutely
through different
not.
areas, such as these
That
four.
has walk-offs.
Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas.
One of them is Dante from Devil
The
May
first
Cry.
area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri,
Hey,
Dedu,
okay,
and
let's go.
Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're largely from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri's the future king. He had quite the difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye. He's an unfortunate
May or
one.
may not. Okay, Sakurai.
There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but here you can break them, you see. If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right.
Still not illegal, so I'm pretty sure it's a walk-off.
I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper boy.
You often
Lone
pass through
power
this area and
gatekeeper.
fire
Here
them
we
through
go.
houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop,
Oh, this looks pretty cool.
you'll come crashing back down. We've broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building. And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles. Take note, it's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adressian Empire, and as such, they embrace their military might. Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you take, she'll go through some terrible ordeals. You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage. It's possible to knock them down.
Yeah, that's can't be. That's definitely getting banned. That's banned.
However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage.
Ironic.
You can reach it with
He
other
can save
fighters,
others from
though.
death, but not himself.
So, it's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we go.
Boy.
I made it. And you can knock it down. Also, you can break this table. Like so.
But why? You can,
Just like
but
the sign
should
that
you?
reads Fudin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range.
Heh.
Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very wide indeed. It's similar to the bridge
Not
of
gonna lie, but
Elden
it's
stage.
probably the best farm stage they made.
The
You know,
guests
it
are from
actually
the Golden
comes
Deer,
from something.
Claude,
It's a reference.
Hilda, and Lawrence. They belong to the Leicester Alliance. Because it's an alliance of many noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch.
I wouldn't be
Incidentally,
too sure on
both
that
Claude
one.
and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War, the 4th title in the Fire Emblem series. I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training.
Yeah, I'm kind of
As
just
for the
waiting
bridge's
for it.
design, it's
I mean,
just
like,
a
the stage
long
looks really
pathway,
cool, and I'm
plain
glad we
and
have a
simple.
good farm stage, you know,
You can expect
after all
plenty
this
of
time.
blows to be exchanged at the
But
edges of the screen.
there's not a whole lot for me to commentate here, because this isn't, you know, really gonna be
You could
competitively
also say it's
viable.
a place where the Failnaught really shines,
Which is
and in
kind
this
of a
sense,
shame,
I think it
but
suits the
oh
Golden
well.
Deer perfectly.
I mean, we always have Amigas and Battlefields, so that works, I guess.
The last area is the Cathedral, only with some
Oh,
platforms.
if
you
only if
can
I
pass
had,
through.
like, you know, ledges and everything.
guests
That'd be, like,
appearing in
good.
the Cathedral
That'd
are
actually be
Seta,
illegal.
Flame, and
Dang.
Rhea. There's
Such as a
Seta,
KO
who appears
ring.
to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flame. She
yeah,
seems to
pretty
be
much.
under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during
Yeah, it
the
definitely
opening
seems like a
of
mixture
Fire
of the
Emblem
three
Three
different,
Houses.
you know, stage ideas.
All three have character quirks related to their true identities. I feel that Flame might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that. This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged.
So yeah, I think Sakurai
It'll
just wants
cycle through
to
each
play
location
farm at
in
this
about
point,
2.5
not gonna lie.
minutes.
Definitely seems like that. Alright, so
Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in
Oh.
Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem
DLC team against
protagonists
Fire
throughout
Emblem
the
team.
ages. That'll give us precisely 5 players per side. Alright, here we go, Joker.
Oh, it's the boy Joker.
Joker!
Okay. Is he gonna go
And
the full?
Hero!
Oh, he's gonna 5 stock.
He really made a lot.
He's gonna
huh?
reverse 5 stock for
Banjo!
CPU.
By now, I think you know what I'm doing.
I kinda wanted to, like,
But
you
basically,
know, see him
I'm
actually
trying
play
to
for all the
defeat all
DLC
5
characters.
opponents with just the Professor.
Dang. That would've been kinda
But
fun to
as
see him
expected,
play all of
it's
them.
going to be a pretty tough battle,
Oh,
so
well.
I'm using anything I can get my hands
I also
on.
want to see, like, Sakurai's Joker. Because it seems like he really, you know,
It's
likes
not gonna
Persona
land that
5, so I was
easy.
hyped to see that. Dang.
Uh-oh, this is bad. Bennigan.
Oh, and FF's meters on. Okay, this is
I
super
better keep my
casual.
distance.
Sakurai going for these
I'll
hard
use this
reads
chance
real
to
quick.
attack. Got it.
Boy! What percent did that kill at?
That's
I didn't see the
great.
percent.
He's invincible
What did that
for a
kill
moment
at?
here.
Chat, what did that kill? What was
Lots of
that
explosives.
percent?
Ouch. Perfect shield at that, huh?
Oh, wait. Sakurai's
Good
got a
one.
spacing game though. Like, he's playing around that shield. Let's go, Sakurai.
If I do this, or like so. No anti-air, huh? There, the soccer ball connected. Good. There's Mom.
Where's Mom?
You're in a good
Just how
spot,
he
Mom.
says it so casually.
Ah, I shouldn't have taken that. Gardevoir. Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not.
He's just going for dash attacks. I said that move was bad, but he's trying to prove me wrong here real quick.
I feel like the enemy might get this Smash Ball. See? They
Yeah,
got
it seems like kind of a slow dash attack with kind of shorter range.
But I mustn't give up.
Boy! That
I
broke
can't
his
make
shield?
this
What? Honestly, I love just left him there and let him
There's
get
another
hit by the
Smash
blast
Ball.
zone.
Yes, got it.
But
Now,
that shield was looking pretty good.
what are
If
you
it just
charging up for?
dead. Okay, so down here, murder shields. Good to know.
There's still more.
Alright, Rip Roy, though.
Go on. you
Don't
can take
do
the
it.
hammer, but it's mine.
Don't try it.
Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state. I
Oh,
hit
wait,
him.
never mind.
I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game.
Game's the CPU level
It can
3.
be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end.
The end. Is that really the end of this? Okay, no. Sakurai's a
Now,
man.
about the additional music.
He is.
Since it's from the Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages. There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs are being added. This
Alright, so we got
includes an
Wii version
arrangement of the
and
main
Western
theme in
version.
both
Let's
Japanese
go.
and English. I hope you'll enjoy these as well.
Alright,
We're also adding in
And
a new
spirits.
spirit board.
cool.
It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters.
Alright.
Sothis is
Yeah,
less
that's my
than classic.
Sophis. Okay.
Also, there's a new classic mode route, a heroic legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
Alright, Mii Fighters. It's all Saiyans. Okay, but who do we got? What are our Mii Fighters? Dante from Devil May Cry. Ooh, is that Assassin's Creed or something? Oh, never mind, I'm stupid. What is this from? Like, I actually don't know. Oh, thank goodness they're not a character. Thank goodness they're not a character. We're saved. Oh, Assassin's... Okay, so he's from Assassin's Creed. Okay. I'm so glad rabbits aren't a character, though. Thank goodness. Hey, Mega Man. Alright. Okay. Extra clarification, though. But anyways, we got the, Mega Man X. Okay. More Mega Man. Thanks, Capcom. Oh, Capcom, you really have a new DLC character? No, but here's a bunch of Mii costumes. Okay. Oh. It's just like all the other Saiyans, but now it's just Cuphead. Okay. It's me Gunner, they just point. Oh, so it's just like a video of Saiyans. Oh, that's kind of cool. Saiyans now is a pretty cool alt. Wait, there's actually some pretty cool like Mii Fighter costumes. Like, we're making good choices. Good stuff. So hopefully we get a little bit of like information on like the future DLC fighters. It might be cool. Boy.
This time, we're releasing a Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added. It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays
Yeah, they
when
all look
fighting
pretty good.
Cagney Carnation. I hope you enjoy these as well. After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii fighter, you can play using the costume it's
Hey,
wearing
it's my boy
immediately
Yu.
after you
He's
download
in
it.
there. Chad Yu.
And now, onto the amiibo.
Alright. Yeah, Arby's
The
already
color
out.
palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it? Dark Samus and Richter are planned for
Okay, so we're
release
not
on
out
Friday,
quite yet,
January
but
17th.
Still.
And now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete. The lineup
Yeah.
was Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Byleth.
What a weird way to end it on Byleth there.
From more than
That's a Sakurai
70
thing.
fighters, only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on. There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there? When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play.
Yeah. F.
As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
Oh? Okay. What do you mean have a look? Do we have a whole new Fighters Pass? What's happening? A whole new Fighters Pass? Okay. A what? What? 11?
Looks like there will be 1 more fighter than last time.
What?
For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will
Until
be available
December
for pre-purchase on the day
2021?
shown, so please keep an eye out.
What?
And now that it's official, we
What is
intend to
this
move ahead
game?
with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed. Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that,
I mean,
you would
I have to
understand
buy it
why
anyways.
and purchased it.
I have to, because I, use
Furthermore,
my
the
setup
new
for
editions
tournaments.
have already been decided. Even if I receive many requests
Okay, so it's
regarding
already,
potential candidates on
it's already
Twitter,
kind of
I'm
set in
afraid it would be
stone.
very hard to consider them.
It's already said, but Sakurai,
But I still hope you'll
you
look
need to
forward to it.
chill. You need to calm down.
We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Oh.
Last time, it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
Okay, another costume. Alright, a Link costume. Okay.
It's a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear
Okay,
from
that's
The
neat.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I feel like the Rex costume had more
This
meaning
will
to
not
it,
be
though.
for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Alright, because I'm gonna give that me costume because I have to buy the pass. That's cool, I guess. Lastly, Oi.
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest selling fighting game in the world. Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world. Seems like Street Fighter 2 was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales. However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been
25
accounted
ports.
for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 1. Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like it's become more than a fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely. Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters. The first Fighters Pass just wrapped up, but it was decided that there will be more DLC, which means no breaks for me.
Yeah. Rip
I plan to
Sakurai.
keep working hard, so I
Yeah.
hope you can continue to support us. That's it. Thank you.
Alright. That's it. We got another Fire Emblem. That's how it goes. That's how it is sometimes. So I'm gonna go see on Assault now.